Hafides and Tiro, welcome to another episode of CNMI Weekly. This is a special episode because it's fully dedicated to mango. We're going to learn what that means and who they are. Right now, we're joined with members of Mango, so feel free to introduce yourselves.
Yes. This is Thomas. Hello, Hafides and Tiro. I'm Frances Sublime, and I am the Executive Director for Mango. I basically oversee the overall operations and strategic direction of our organization, and basically I ensure that we are aligned with our mission in supporting our community.
Today, my name is Franco Santos. I am the Finance and Operations Director. I handle the financial management and operations as well at Mango. My role is to ensure that we're using our resources effectively to fulfill our mission.
Hi, I'm Shauna Babakta. I'm the Communications and Membership Manager, and my role here is to communicate and connect with our members and provide tools and services that they may need on the way.
All right, so what is Mango? Because it stands for something, right? So tell us a little bit about what is Mango and the mission.
Mango stands for the Marianas Alliance of Non-Governmental Organizations. For me, what Mango is a safe place for visionaries to share their ideas and for how they can help the community through their nonprofit ideas. It's a place where networking is offered, and essentially like a resource for our present nonprofits and our future nonprofits.
And in addition, we encourage a unifying voice for nonprofits, so all of the CNMI can benefit from the nonprofits.
And our vision is a strong, stable nonprofit sector, providing services to CNMI to increase overall community health and well-being.
And so tell us more about who makes up Mango, because you started in 2010, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And so, wow, already more than a decade, right? And I understand you've been able to help a lot of nonprofits get started, but also not just start, but succeed, right? Because it's really difficult. You talk about starting a nonprofit, but what about starting a nonprofit in the CNMI, right?
Yeah.
With the lack of resources. So yeah, tell us a little bit about who makes up Mango now.
Well, without our members, Mango wouldn't really be what it is today. We are growing our Mango member numbers. When I first joined Mango a couple years ago, we were I want to say maybe around 80 members combined, but now we're over, what is it, like close to 200 combined. When I say combined, I mean we have two categories in our membership, organizations and individuals. I think just this week our numbers grew by 4, so we're on our way there to getting numbers that are of substance. So yeah, without our members, Mango wouldn't be what it is today.
We also have a strong network of partners and stakeholders, including like private businesses, government agencies, and community leaders who collaborate with us to support our work for the nonprofit.
Yeah. And Auntie Frances, it's not possible without stakeholders and partners, right?
Yes, that's true. And as Shauna mentioned, we do have the members, member organizations and the individuals, those who want to maybe start up their own nonprofit in the future, or they belong to another board and they want to get as much information about, board development or the nonprofit world.
All right, thank you all. We'll be right back right after this break to learn more about the Marianas Alliance of Non-Governmental Organizations. Don't go away. Hafides and Tiro, welcome back. We are once again joined with Mango. We're going to learn all about them throughout the next half hour of this show. And now I wanted to get to talking about some of Mango's initiatives. So tell us about what you guys have been up to.
Thank you, Thomas. One of our major initiatives is fostering collaboration among our members through the annual general membership meeting, which our fourth one is coming up on October 28th. And, from there we also have various networks and events that we also host.
And Franco, you're the finance guy. You're probably popular because that's what it takes, right? At the end of the day as well.
Yes. So what we do is we actually help with sustainability, and what we do for our members is that we provide like templates which are available on our website. We provide guidance for state and federal compliance, and we promote best practices, basically mostly on finance, so that our members are audit ready.
And Shana, what are some of your key initiatives?
Well, maybe not my key initiatives, but Mango's key initiatives is a current grant titled Giving Voice to Native Nonprofits. And with that, it's we want to provide our members and future members the opportunity to gather their information through a data system that we're putting together slowly but surely. And then with the data system, it gives our nonprofits and our whole community more of an opportunity to have a presence, so the other foundations and future funders can kind of reach out more with their funding.
And Auntie Francis, we know about the vital role nonprofits play, especially here in the islands, because they fill the gaps, right? So what is the role that nonprofits can play? Why are they so critical to support?
Well, they're service providers. They're the grassroots in terms of providing services. Whatever the government can't provide in terms of services, the nonprofits are there, and they do it not necessarily out of pay. They do it because they have a passion and they love what they do, and so a lot of times they are the volunteers. But we're trying to change all of that and have each organization be sustainable so that they can also earn some income if they do have staff in office. But a lot of our nonprofits are like working boards, where they are really volunteers.
Franco, anything you wanted to add?
And our nonprofits are like the forefront community members that address some pressing social and environmental issues, and we believe that they should be at the seat of the table for all of these decision-making processes, whether it deals with the government or with our community as a whole.
And Shana, what about you? What's your view on that?
Well, nonprofits, yes, they fill in the gaps, but they also provide like more opportunities for future generations. Because our community is so small, a lot of us have our eye on what we see now. So our young ones might be like, oh, I want to be this and this when I get older. But nonprofits are, because their presence is becoming more and more, maybe we can encourage our young people to be in that field with their particular passion, sharing it with the rest of the community.
All right, thank you so much. Don't go away. When we come back, we are going to learn more about what services you can avail of here at Mango, now that we've learned a little bit about them and how you can benefit from this wonderful organization. Welcome back. We're still with Mango, and now we're going to learn more about their services. So what services do you provide for someone listening to this? If they walk into this office, what can they avail of?
Well, as soon as they walk into this office, they usually greeted by our friendly staff here in the front. And if they have questions about how to start a nonprofit, then they would like usher me towards the front, be like, hey, Shauna, we need your help. But if someone does have a question about how to start a nonprofit, I ask them what their visions are, what they hope to achieve. Then when I learn more about what that is, I talk them through the steps, because there are crucial steps to take as far as what documents you need to turn in, what fees you might need to pay. So that's one of the things that we provide is that kind of guidance. But Mango also has different workshops that we can provide for our members. We have had government agencies reach out for these particular trainings that we offer. It's becoming more popular because these tools that we have really do make a difference as far as helping our nonprofits.
right? You guys provide a lot of services from your training, workshops, newsletters, development, grants, and projects. And Franco, of course, finance services.
Yeah, so
right?
so on the finance side, our motto is actually we take on the administrative burden so that the organization can focus more on the programmatic work. And for our side, the services for finances, we do like bookkeeping and compliance, payroll, human resource, board governance, grants management. That's most of the finance area services.
And basically, we also try to promote partnerships, either partnerships with the nonprofits, but mostly with the government. We try to work closely with like the Green Growth Initiative, for instance, coming out of the governor's office, and also collaboration with NMC, with the White House initiative for Asian Americans, Native Hawaiians, and Pacific Islanders, also I guess known as WAMP, which we work with them closely to try to partner up and whatever services or funds that they have, and the Office of Insular Affairs also, those are some of the partners in EPA. We don't just kind of concentrate on the local level, but more on the national, because that's where the funding source is from.
And you just went to DC, right? Did you want to
Yes.
tell us a little bit about what happened there?
Yes, was invited, at least Mango was invited by the WAMP, and EPIC was one of the partners that helped fund a part of my trip. But a part of the sponsorship also was the Rights to Democracy. So it was called a gathering by WAMP, and they invited Mango over to talk about, the nonprofit and how is the nonprofit world here in the Pacific area, especially dealing with the Asian Americans and the Native Hawaiians and Pacific Islanders. And so that was an opportunity, and again that strengthened our partnership, because when they came out to visit the CNMI, they asked specifically to meet with Mango and to see what issues that we have that we're facing that maybe they can help with.
All right, and Shauna, I know part of that advocacy is also advocating for all your members, right? So tell us a little bit about the support that you hope to provide, to organizations in the future.
Well, in the future, we want to provide more opportunities for nonprofits to have a say when it comes to state planning, have more opportunities for grants and funding. And I know there was recent news, I'm not exactly sure about the details, but nonprofits have, funding can now be easily accessible, or much more than before. So we want to help with that process for our members. And just overall have a bigger voice, hence our grant goal, giving voice to Native nonprofits.
All right, and Franco, did you want to share what those plans look like in terms of the financial part of it?
Yeah, we're trying to roll out some financial literacy programs, focusing on grant writing and resource management. This is to ensure that nonprofits have the skills they need to secure and manage funding, and it will help local organizations develop long-term strategies and sustainability and growth.
And what are some of the plans, to work with other stakeholders at Francis?
Basically, looking ahead, we want to strengthen our advocacy efforts by working closely with our policymakers to create more supportive environments for nonprofits. We are also focusing on expanding partnerships with regional and international, as I mentioned earlier, organizations to bring in more resources and opportunities for our local nonprofits, helping them scale their impact and increase their capability to serve the community.
All right, wonderful. Thanks so much. And don't go away, because we're going to wrap up the show with some advice. If you have an idea that you've been sitting on or thinking about, how you could turn that into a nonprofit and a successful one. We'll see you right after this break. Welcome back. Before we wrap up the show, if you're watching at home, you've probably had an idea that you've been thinking about for a very long time to help our island community. Well, you're lucky because we have the experts right here to tell us how you could turn that idea into a non-profit. So, Shauna, full disclosure, we just started a nonprofit for journalists here in the CNMI SBJ. That's no secret to our audience. And we've had this idea. It was revived after 30 years, and we were just, declared a nonprofit locally just the other week. So, what's your advice to others who maybe have had this idea for years, maybe even decades, but maybe are a little hesitant to take the jump to start a nonprofit?
Well, we hope that if you choose to, with that interest, just take the leap to come and visit us and learn more about what it is you could do. Because Mango really is here to help with all the guidance that you were in need of. And not just guidance, but we also have the tools. We have little cheat sheets on how to approach your nonprofit. And sometimes you're not even sure if it's a nonprofit idea, and if you're not sure, then we can definitely help in that regard. But yes, we do have all the tools and the resources, we have the guidance, and we have close communications with the other agencies that you will need to be in contact with when it comes to processing your documents.
Yeah.
So, Franco, I know even just from hearing from other community members that you have the idea, maybe even have all the details, but not many people, at least I've run into, are finance people. And perhaps making the financial plan is probably one of the hardest parts, right? The sustainable parts. But people have probably, gotten a lot of good advice from you and expressed their gratitude, right?
Yeah, I've seen it in the community, and the work that we have been doing to help the community. A lot of members have approached me, and they send their gratitude for the help that Mango has given to them. And we are here to help, and please come see us.
And Auntie Francis, I guess we'll close out with you, because it really does take a sense of, a really deep drive to start a nonprofit and see it through. It's in the name non-profit, right? Mm-hmm. It's not necessarily, you don't enter it to become a rich CEO, right?
Yes, true.
So what's your reflection on all this?
Oh, basically, we want to give our gratitude and our thanks, Donkulina Jesus Masis and Iliso, to our nonprofit, because like I mentioned earlier, they are the heart and soul of the community, and if we didn't have that, their passion, then the services that we're experiencing now may not be in fruition. So we want to thank all of our nonprofit organizations out there that have made a difference throughout many decades, as you mentioned. Our gratitude, and we encourage them to continue putting their foot forward and being active out there, because like you said, it's hard work, but if they are in there and love what they do, they see it through.
We want to thank the Marianas Alliance of Non-Governmental Organizations for sharing their information. Remember to visit them online to learn all about the resources they can provide to you if you'd like to start a nonprofit, or even if you're an existing nonprofit. And we wanted to end the show with a message from Mango.
Grow with Mango.